What's up, fellow riders? Trace here with Mountain Bike Action Magazine. Today we're out here at Sky Park with Mynesweepers. I got Brian here who's going to show us how they do the install, and we'll go over some of the tech as well. Let's go ahead and kick it off, and we'll show you how to get this on here.
So first we're going to check. We've got a 29-inch front wheel, 2.4-inch wide. It looks like a pretty average width rim. I'm guessing in the 30 range. So first we're going to dismount the tire. We're going to take off both beads. I use this barrel because it holds the circumference of the wheel right at the nipple of the spoke, keeps it from wobbling around. It gives you really good support, and it's low enough that I can use my knee on the back side. So first we'll break the bead and do it on both sides to give yourself enough slack to reseat the tire comfortably once the insert's installed. We'll just lift one bead out using a tire lever. Grab a 29-inch insert. That's for 2.2 to 2.4-inch width tires. We install it with this port, which is a relief port for the sealant that gets trapped inside. We start opposite the valve stem and then put the insert in the rim, lay it inside the channel, and there's a gap here for the fluid when you inject it through the valve stem, so that the sealant has somewhere to go inside the tire. We line that up with the valve stem and then start to put the second bead of the tire back in. As we get to this last 10 inches or so, it starts to get nice and taut. What I recommend doing, instead of going straight to your tire lever, is go around and push both beads into that center channel of the rim and get yourself a little bit of slack. You can check both sides and make sure they're both in there. And lots of times you'll be able to get the second bead over with your hands. No tire levers needed. So this tire is seated. Now we'll beat it dry. I like to beat them dry to make sure that everything spins straight. Big problem these days in the tire industry with tires beating up and being seated as if they're straight, and then people are turning the wheels and they're wobbling like the rim's bent. So I like to seat it, turn it and check it and make sure everything's straight before I add my sealant. This wheel's ready to be remounted on the bike, and then we'll add sealant right before we ride it.
Inserts are packaged up and sent to you as you see here. Brian's got to cut each one to length and make sure they're right for the wheels of the rider that's buying them.
If you see me out at the events, lots of times you might think I'm making balloon animals.
Size it down, left a little extra room there
Just for the bead of the tire.
Look at this, Pro, it's got it down. Guide.
And this is your fastening system. Hold it to the rim.
Pretty simple, pretty straightforward.
Very simple.
Got that fed all the way through. Just gonna tie another knot there to make it complete.
That's it.
Just like that.
Ready to go in the tire.
Got a fresh tire insert, it's gonna go in.
So a conventional valve stem is gonna get blocked on the back by the insert. Most all tire insert companies have special valve stems that come with these side ports that allow the air to flow underneath the insert and allow the air to come back out of the tire. With a conventional valve stem, that's going to get blocked off and you won't be able to air down.
Are the valve stems separately or they come with an insert?
The valves are sold separately. They're 20 bucks.
Awesome.
A set. Slide the insert in just like we did the front. Start the second bead. This one's going to be a little tougher.
Start the valve. You can see why the bucket's crucial. Really helps them work around the wheel.
Hold the knees on there and
really work the tire over.
Okay, so we went to the wider insert and you've got a thicker sidewall on this tire. So it's going to be a little more work. And you get to enjoy watching me use tire levers on this one.
Tire whisperer.
We'll just gradually work the tire on, one little bite at a time. Get it nice and tight. And then I suggest going around and trying to get those beads into the center channel as best you can. Just to give yourself that slack.
If you ever have trouble with tire inserts, what he's doing right now is basically making sure the tire is pushed in the center, giving as much room as possible to get that other bead on there. It can take a little bit of time.
Don't get too hasty and take too big of a bite, or you're likely to stretch the sidewall and damage the tire.
Just like that, a little bit of patience. Come on. I remember watching you.
And we'll seat it dry again. Make sure we're straight. Lots of times it's a good idea to keep your soapy water on hand. Lube up the beads before you seat it, and that'll help it snap into place instead of walking on unevenly.
I like the way they run that. The whole staff is super cool.
So we got both tires set up. We got the inserts in. We're going to go ahead and add some more sealant. That way we're good to go.
How you doing? See ya.
Everything flowing in there. Oh, really?
Like I put Trail 429, I really like it. It's fun. But I don't feel like I'm in Thailand.
Got the Trucker Co. Trusty Trucker Co. sealant.
Best. Do you normally run?
run like 25 with no insert. So what, should I run like 20?
I would recommend going like 2 or 3 lower.
Okay.
So we'll go 22. For a little more traction, but
Yeah, heck yeah.
still keep the support. Same front and back.
Yeah, let's do it. Same front and back that I can adjust and then let's do a take of just some of the initial questions with you. So we got these tire inserts installed with the help of Brian. We've got a few questions that come up initially. I know that weight's going to be one of them.
Yes.
So typically, what are these running weight-wise?
Typically for a set of 29ers, 115 grams, depending on the width of the tire. They go down to 100 grams. None of them are over 125 grams. So anywhere between 100 to 125 grams for 2.2 all the way up to an e-bike.
And there's different sizes, like you were saying. So you've got 275, you've got 29. You can cut them.
We cut them down as small as 20 inches. We put them in a little kid's bike at Big Bear last weekend, 20-inch diameter, 2.2 wide. We go down as narrow as 2-inch tires. We even have experimental inserts for gravel grinders.
Awesome.
So, yeah, we're working with everything.
Very cool. And what are the pressures you're usually seeing running, depending on the rider, or I guess it depends on the discipline too?
So this is an insurance policy, not a gambling aid. This is, I recommend you could go a couple pounds lower than what you normally run. Like if you normally run 20 in the front, 25 in the back, you could go as low as 18. There's kids that only weigh 80 pounds that are going as low as 15 pounds. I don't recommend that. Just a couple pounds lower than what you normally do.
Awesome, awesome. And finally, what is the price on these bad guys if someone wanted to get these inserted and put them in?
So this is why I started the company. I felt like the competitors were grossly overpriced. These are $60 a set. That's 2 inserts for $60. It's $10 flat rate shipping anywhere inside the United States. Valve stems are $20, like I said. The oil slick are another couple dollars extra.
Very cool. So you've got something affordable, you're giving people more traction, more rim protection, kind of fills the whole spectrum there.
It's an easier installation.
Very cool. Well, we've got more of these coming up. This is my first time on them, so I'm going to be testing them here. We'll have a review coming and what we think, and along with all the details. Thanks for showing us, Brian. Appreciate it, buddy. Yeah, baby.